Hi everyone, this is Sherri from Extreme Kids and Crew, and I'm excited to read this bedtime story to you right now called Lambslide. Lambslide by Ann Patchett, illustrated by Preiss Glasser, and it's from Harper. We have here a barn with horses and lambs and different animals. On the farm there was a flock of lambs who believed the sun came up in the morning because they were ready to get up and play, and set at night because they were sleepy and ready for bed. They thought the grass grew to please them, and the rain fell to annoy them. And the only reason butterflies fluttered by was so lambs could chase them. Everything was about the lambs, as far as the lambs were concerned. One day, Nicolette Farmer announced to her farmer family, "I'm going to run for class president today." Mrs. Farmer said, "You'll win by a landslide." This meant her mother thought she'd win by a lot. "But the lambs thought," she said, "you'll win by a lambslide." This was exciting news. "Where is the landslide?" the lambs asked their mother. "There is no landslide," their mother said. "Now will you please let me finish eating the lawn?" And here's Nicolette, and she's making some signs for her class. It says Nicolette for president. The lambs were disappointed. They wanted a landslide. "Every place we have to play is too flat," the first lamb said. "No one can have fun in a flat meadow." "The pigs get to play in the mud," the second lamb said. "We never get to play in the mud." "That's because we aren't supposed to get our wool dirty," said the third lamb. The third lamb always did exactly as he was told. "The horses get to go on fun rides with the farmers. We never get to go anywhere." Nicolette at the barn. The grumpy group of lambs went back to their mother. She knew the answer to pretty much everything. "How do we get a landslide?" they asked. "First," she said, "you should see what the other animals think." This seemed like a good idea, so the lambs went to the chicken coop. "Do you think we should have a landslide?" the lambs asked a chicken. "I don't know," said the chicken. "Who would pay for it?" The lambs hadn't thought about this. "The farmers," they said, because the farmers paid for everything. Lambs didn't have any money. "It's all right with me," said the chicken, "as long as it doesn't mean I get less chicken feed." Goat. "Do you think we should have a landslide?" the lambs asked a goat. "Would goats be allowed on the slide?" the goat inquired. The lambs hadn't thought about this, but they didn't see why not. "It's going to be a very big landslide. There will be plenty of room for everyone." Then it sounds like loads of fun to me," answered the goat. "Do you think we should have a landslide?" the lambs asked a pig. "Will it cover up any of my muddy places?" asked the pig. The lambs hadn't thought about where the landslide should go. They looked around the farm. "It will be built right next to the barn," they said with authority. "There's no mud there," said the pig, "so a landslide is fine with me." Okay. Now that the chicken and the goat and the pig had agreed that a landslide would be a positive addition to the farm, the lambs asked their mother what they should do next. "What do you think you should do next?" asked their mother, who thought lambs should figure things out for themselves whenever possible. "Eat clover?" asked the first lamb. "Run through the field?" asked the second lamb. "Ask the farmers?" asked the third lamb. I think letting the farmers know how you feel is the best idea, said their mother. Okay. The lambs decided to make some signs for the farmers, but they weren't very good at it. So Nicolette helped them when she returned home. She was, after all, now the president of her class. Her sign here says, Lambslide for kids and you. Lambslide, lambs need slides. More fun for lambs, all these signs say on the lambs. The farmers looked at the signs. They were impressed that the lambs had thought through things so carefully. Look at all the animals. The farmers decided that the whole farm should vote on whether or not there should be a landslide. When all the votes were counted, the Lambslide had won by a landslide. Here's their voting booth. Mr. and Mrs. Farmer thought about how to make the landslide strong enough for the cows and wide enough for the horses. It needed to be long enough and fast enough to make it fun for the lambs. They put a big, soft haystack at the bottom so everyone would have a nice landing. There they go! The lambs went down the landslide again and again and again. Now they're going to bed. When they were too tired to climb the hill even one more time, they all cuddled up with their mother. I think lambs should have a swimming pool with a diving board, one of the lambs said, yawning as she fell asleep. Shh, her mother said. Be happy. The end. Well, thanks for joining Extreme Kids and Crew and our bedtime stories. I hope to see you again.